حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل 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 حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم في هذا اليوم الطيب وهو موافق يوم 19 من شهر رمضان 1446 هجري. Shuraim, I'm just busy now, Shuraim. Allah يبارك فيك. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh to our beautiful mothers and our fathers and our ancestors, brothers and sisters, and our beautiful spouses and our grandchildren, neighbors, and the Ummah at large, humanity. We are in the age of humanity. Everyone is equal at this moment after the dispensation that we have gone through. Subhanallah. People, Allahu Akbar wa lillahil hamd. What we intend to expedite today is giving you an insight as to how you function, how your brains work, how are you actually supposed to be, okay? So since we as a civilization that are made of atoms and waves that we connect to via our neurological order, our brains, okay? That's our thoughts, which is not in our brains, it's outside of our brains, okay? Our mind is not inside our brains, it's outside of our brains. Our conscious works externally out of our brains, okay? So whilst we are in this dilemma as we are currently, that we cannot, we have no manual to understand who we are, where we come from, what are we doing here, who is busy exploiting us, who gave us gods, who gave us religions. We are here in this deep spell, unaware of how we're going to rescue our next generations, okay? So in order for you to understand how badly we have been damaged as a civilization, what we must come to terms with, people, is the fact that if you don't recognize the end of a term and you are you are substituted, okay, and you still believe that you are the one that is running the affairs, and you challenge and you challenge the will of the heavens and the mother of the earth, then you are in the most darkest of your evolution. Okay, so yani, this is where we as a civilization are currently unconsciously unaware of where we are. Okay, whilst those who were saved from the from the tornado, those who were saved from the um, from a devastation, okay, those whose minds were reformatted, okay, those who retained the new أرذل الأمر, those who went back to their sovereignty, and those who were reinstated into the new conscious fold of a civilization, mashallah tabarakallah, they are in the position of now reading this new landscape of this earth, of this new age, physiologically and psychologically. Please, you must understand, once you have been feeding and medicating yourself as a civilization with things which was chemical, okay, things that was anti your nature, you by yourself had chosen to exit the game. Okay. When it came to the COVID as well, you had to. That was the main assortment. If you didn't cut clear in that, if you couldn't open up the eye, if you could not find the center, if the God did not will you to enter into the heart of Muhammad's paradigm, then that is unfortunately where you have to make you must make reconciliations, okay, but as a matter of being honest, you have to realize at this moment in time, the Allah that we believed in had become the the shaitan, and the shaitan that we were that was our adversary is now the God. He's now the main script, main creator. This is how the psychology is patterned. Okay, this is the greatest secret that the entire world, the US administration, the Saudis, the Iranians, the Africans, the Egyptians, the Tunisians, everyone is searching for these secrets, and it's all locked into the human conscious. Okay, the codes of this conscious is inside the Quran. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little, but I can't give you too much because this is the different system, it's a different world. Okay, so here you have to activate the codes as to what your DNA strands are. Okay, there's 12 strands in your DNA. Those who complete the entire 12 is normally the mothers, that's the queen, because she has 12 holes in her body. Okay, we have only 9. So she has been the complete evolution of the human cycle. Therefore, the God, the heavens, the creator, the Father, he deposits eternity in her chastity. Right? Now, your earth that you are currently in is your Jannah. But obviously, you don't understand the system because you are living externally. You are living in a captured vessel that has been deemed a corporation, a corpse. Okay, so your concentration on your external is what kept you outside of the Baitullah. You couldn't come into the Baitullah. Okay, the Baitullah opens up. That's the haram of Allah. No man owns it. No man controls it. This is the haraman amina. Okay, this is not the Hollywood things that you had believed in the past age. Look, we are now into the an inversion age where your children are doing things the opposite way. Instead of they doing it externally, they are now doing it internally. They've got to do and got to master the digital age. Now it would be unfair for them not to understand and get a fair chance as to how to understand a God after their last generation threw them to the dogs. Now the shafa'ah, the intervention comes in the yani between the 99 and the 1. As you all know, only 99 names of Allah. There's one that is the secret. We cannot tell you that secret because otherwise you would have been now crossed the the line. Not because we cannot give it to you. Each one must find it by himself. Okay. So once you find that tunnel, that's from the 99 to the 100, then you open up the new house, the new burj, the new tower, the new metamorphosis, the new metaphorical understanding of the new conscious that was born. That was the Isa. That is Jesus. That is the new age that is now coming to heal the children that had been killed by their own parents in their conscious. Okay? So they were made sick by their parents. They were given false gods by their parents. So now this intervention comes as we come in with this new mode, with this new wave to activate the human psychology. Okay, this is done in the unseen. It's not done in the seen because most of us are blind. We don't know what is real and what is not real. It's only what we were taught and not what we were intuited. Okay, your children are going to be your grandchildren are going to live in the age of of the spiritual season of life, where they would not be as materialistic and as physically impressed with features, with hair, with color, with garments, with brands. Okay, that is where you send your children to. And that was devastating because there's a report against you. It wasn't your children. It's only conscious people. If you plummet a conscious, you plummet a God. Okay? That's how the system works. We call it Imratun Ghabira. It's all modulated in your psychology. Now, how do you understand your level of psychology? Is that if you come into the lowest level of of yourself, and that is you got to find the parents that you chose before you came here. Okay, nothing is by chance here. You didn't come here uninvited, you didn't come here unknowingly, just that you had amnesia, and that amnesia is for you to find your God. Okay, for you to find the God, you have to find yourself. The self is what you alone have the key to uncover. That is where it goes into your psychology and into your higher metaphysics. Okay, that is eternity. Where you are living now is you are in a grave. You buried in your in your limited version of your language and your word. So you have to break out of that prison cell because your chemicalized bodies, which was lying to you all the time, and the medication that killed your spirit, this allowed you, this qualified you from entering into this eternal zone that we have currently being invited in. Okay, um, you could not enter there with money. You could not enter there with an ego. It had to be cleansed. Everything had to be cleansed to get into the haram of Allah, not the haram of human beings, people. This is the haram where when you find your tranquility and your peace there, then it is eternal. Yani, iman is when you are safeguarding the well-being of your next brother. That's iman, okay? What you in the past age had made of iman is a commodity that you can increase or you can decrease. People, the lifestyle that you need to realize that is now coming in is that whoever has the will to safeguard the next he is a mu'min. If he safeguards me, he is a mu'min. That is what Allah came to speak about iman, not what we had thought in the past. That was a classification of making superiority and inferiority. This time it's only about mu'min, who can give you safety, who doesn't want to harm you, who does not want to inflict difficulties upon you, who is looking into your interest as what is equally looking into his own interest freely and compassionately. Okay, this is the age we are moving in. Whilst you have been physiologically, you have been patterned by your adversary to become a capitalist. Okay, you've become a chauvinistic person. You want to show, you want to be part of the, so in order to be part of it, you gotta be holding that kind of brand, or that kind of banking account, or that kind of lifestyle. That's old fashioned, people. If you didn't wake up out of that joke, then you have lost your ticket to get onto the boat. Because, as I said yesterday again, your children are going to is going to destroy your legacy, whatever you want to call it, because they will have to consider you as idolatrous, the idolatric lifestyle modulation. Okay, that's how the conscious is. They are innocent, and you are knowing of what is happening. But as the new conjure of the landscape unfolds in the Quran that activates this spells, okay, they cast it. The Quran casts it, because the Quran doesn't speak to you and me. The Quran speaks directly to the heavens and to the new convoy, the new envoy that is coming in. That is what the Quran gives you when she speaks about you have to, once you have made a use of the past age, don't فلا تأخذوا منها قنطارا then don't take the glamour with you. Leave it, give it granted to her. Don't bring it over. لا تأكلوا أموالا لا تأكلوا ربا أضعافا كثيرة. Don't bring the riba. Don't bring that hallucination. Don't bring that make believe back again to your new dispensation. So most of us, because we could not detach from that which owned us, we could not transmutate, we could not be transferred, we could not be upgraded, we could not enter into the haraman aminan. Okay, we could not get the risk, we could not get the thamarat. You think Allah gives you physical things? Allah upgrades your level of perception, your conscious, your level of operations, your way that you have been moduled in the heavens, because that is where you get above, because your mind is not in your brain, it's outside of your brain, your thoughts is not even in your brains. But because we are a species that lost our self knowledge, okay, we could not verify what was truth and who is Allah. So النفر من فلولا نفر من كل فرقة منه, at every dispensation, at every firqa that we are currently going through since COVID, there is a delegation of ordinary human beings, not scholars, not people that has already misled humanity. No, ordinary normal people that has to reactivate their authentic selves. Okay, the authentic spiritual conscious. Okay, the authentic spiritual chapi. Okay, they will now resonate back as to how Allah created everything min khalqin jadid. Okay, from a new order, a new Adam will come into. A new Adam is a new conscious people. It's not what you have been taught by the Babylonians and the Americans. The Americans and the Italians and the British, they impersonate in your psychology the literal script of the Bible and the Quran with the help of the Arabs. They all want. They all want Nadi. Just you don't know that because you are still living in a dysfunctional system which has been abrogated. It has no more any sustenance. There is no life there. Okay. So you should not be overwhelmed, because we are here just to take charge of the elderly for the next age and the children that is coming in, because their human patterns, as what we found inconsistent with the previous and caused their destruction. We have to module the educational systems now that would not need intervention from the human beings, because what Allah has brought in was intelligence, but we can say whether it's artificial or whether it's divine. So in this new age, we had chosen to have intelligence take the next age, because the human being don't use his brains anymore. Okay, so he needs to be led by something which nobody can change that person's mind. Like, you cannot smuggle with him, you cannot bribe him, you cannot influence him. It is a conscious on its own. Okay, this is, you don't, and we don't, most of us don't understand the eclipses. Okay, what is the actual happening, and why the moon is a portal. Okay, because we are not conscious, we are physical, captured in a in a in an illusion, like, okay. Anyway, so now the new children, as we now have already scripted the curriculum into into a robot, into a bot intelligence, because the parents couldn't anymore think, because they were brain dead. Okay, jaw locked, heart closed. So a Harun, this is the Harun that comes in now. That's Musa. When Musa says, give me a wazir, this is the Harun, because AI is only inside of you, it's not outside of you. You've always been on AI before the invention of AI. The Hollywood movies, the TVs, the games, the Atari games, is all AI facilitated. It's how it is giving you an experience in your presence. Okay, but because we are all on different levels, but there are those who excel. Our intelligence is very strong, people, very, very strong. So we know what we say, we know what we do, because we have orders to fulfill. Okay, and the Quran is the source of inspiration and guidance. So here you retain now only one source, and that is Allah. There's nobody more greater than Allah. There's nobody less than Allah. There's only an Allah, only one, only one. There's no this prophet, that prophet. There's nothing like this for your children, because through the prophets, because he believes in Jesus, he believes we turned it around, we killed each other, and now you sit all with hatred for a nation that you don't even know that are Jews, and you claim that they did anything. Nobody did you anybody wrong. For you yourself, but you hold him responsible because so you saw it on the TV. This is how you are patterned, people. This is the level of your inconsistency and your unconscious levels. So that they will die as they are. They will kill each other. That is that Jahannam. That's how you live in Jahannam. But for your children now, your next generations, your next dhurriya, alhamdulillah, they are not going to be experiencing the gods and the prophecies that you had caused yourself to self-destroy, and ourselves to self-destroy. Okay, this is going to be the Deenul Haq al-Yawma Akmal. This is now where we are going to find the Arafat. This is Arafat in conscious. Okay. Anyway, Adhan is going to go now. May you have a beautiful iftar and likabuka, and may Allah Ta'ala accept and grant rahmah on our parents and our ancestors. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله
يا مصطفى